99% of men never practice this. And that is exactly why some women seem to become emotionally drawn to certain men without any obvious reason. Pay attention, because this one habit is often what separates the average man from the one who naturally stays in a woman's mind. It does not require money, status, physical strength, or an expensive lifestyle. Yet, once you understand it deeply, your presence alone can start to create attraction in a very natural way. Most men overlook it completely, and in doing so, they unknowingly sabotage their own relationships and dating experiences. To be clear, this is not about buying gifts or pretending to be confident while feeling uncertain inside. It goes far beyond surface-level behavior. The most powerful part is that it costs nothing, yet when mastered, it can change how people perceive you socially and emotionally. You begin to carry yourself differently, and others begin to respond differently to you as well. The shift is subtle at first, but over time it becomes noticeable in how people treat you and how they react to your presence. The core of this idea is stoicism. Many people assume stoicism is just an old philosophical concept meant for ancient thinkers, but in reality, it is extremely practical in modern life. Stoicism is the ability to control your reactions instead of being controlled by your emotions. It is the skill of staying mentally steady even when situations become stressful or unpredictable. Once you develop this ability, you gain an advantage that most people never build in their lifetime. Most men live reactively. They allow emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety to guide their behavior. When something goes wrong, they immediately respond without thinking, often making the situation worse. Women, however, are highly sensitive to emotional stability. They naturally observe how a man behaves under pressure, not just what he says when everything is going well. Emotional control becomes a silent indicator of strength and reliability. Imagine being in a social situation where something suddenly goes wrong, or the atmosphere becomes uncomfortable. Most people will start to panic, overreact, or try to force things to feel normal again. But a stoic man stays calm. He does not rush, he does not panic, and he does not lose control of himself. He remains grounded. This calmness is noticed immediately, even without words, and it often creates a strong impression because it is rare. Women tend to be drawn toward men who remain composed under pressure. A man who does not collapse emotionally in difficult moments sends a powerful message without speaking. He communicates stability, strength, and self-control. This is not about pretending to be emotionless, but about choosing how to respond instead of reacting impulsively. That difference is what creates emotional attraction over time. When you stop reacting to every small inconvenience in life, you naturally become more dependable in the eyes of others. You appear more stable, more confident, and more in control. This is why emotional discipline is often associated with higher respect and deeper attraction. People feel safer around someone who does not get easily shaken by minor problems or emotional triggers. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever met someone who remains calm even when everything around them is chaotic? That kind of presence automatically creates trust. You feel like you can rely on them. This is the same feeling that can develop in romantic situations as well. Emotional stability becomes a form of silent leadership in social and personal interactions. Stoicism also teaches a very important principle. Focus only on what you can control. Life will always include unexpected problems, disappointments, and situations that do not go as planned. You cannot control everything that happens around you, but you can always control how you respond. That is where real power lies. Most people react emotionally when things go wrong. They complain, get frustrated, or lose control of their behavior. A stoic person, however, pauses before reacting. He takes a moment, breathes, and processes the situation logically. Instead of escalating chaos, he brings calm into it. Over time, this habit completely changes how others perceive him. This emotional discipline sets you apart from the majority. It is one of the reasons why calm and composed individuals often stand out without trying. They do not need to force attention or act in exaggerated ways. Their stability alone becomes noticeable. In relationships and attraction, this creates a strong psychological effect because it signals maturity and control. In many situations, people are unconsciously attracted to those who feel emotionally safe. A calm man becomes an emotional anchor in stressful environments. He does not add pressure, he reduces it. This creates a sense of comfort that others naturally gravitate toward, without fully understanding why. So the next time you face a stressful moment, whether in social life, work, or personal situations, do not rush into reaction. Pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself what the most controlled and thoughtful response would be. Over time, this simple shift in behavior can completely change the way you carry yourself and how others respond to you.